Hello, my name is Holly Texan, and my presentation is on drug testing welfare recipients. I myself is for drug testing welfare recipients because I work hard for my money and I don't like seeing it wasted. A little bit of history. The welfare system was established in the 1930s by President Roosevelt. He set up the welfare system to help the unemployed and the poverty individuals during that era. Let's fast forward 80 years until President Clinton's term. He wanted to implement some restrictions to this program. President Clinton realized that it was costing the U.S. taxpayer just too much money. $11 billion is being wasted for welfare fraud. That's, in Florida alone, $13.9 million is gone. There's an average of 100,000 people that receive benefits in the state of Florida. If drug testing only costs $35 per person, that's $350,000 that's being spent to drug test these people. By drug testing, you're going to weed out the individuals that are abusing the system, who's milking it and taking advantage of the taxpayers. By weeding out these individuals, we can potentially save $13.5 million. Another example of welfare fraud, this is from the state of Minnesota. All these amounts of money were spent in different states. Why wasn't they spent in Minnesota? Texas, $387,000. Florida, $127,000. All these funds should only be spent in Minnesota. Why is it being spent in these individual different states? Another example is Amanda Clayton. She won $1 million in the Michigan lottery. But no, that wasn't enough. She still received Michigan-issued welfare benefits for an additional 2 years after winning the lottery. She served probation and she had to repay the state of Michigan for the amount of money that she got from the system. Holding these people accountable and having them employable again, that's the key. We have to start drug testing. It will kind of deter them away from using drugs if they know they're going to lose their benefits if they're tested positive. If they're tested positive, they know they're going to lose their benefits. It'll make them wake up and say, hey, I need to be responsible for my decisions. Most companies these days drug test their employees. So why not drug test welfare recipients? You got to be clean to get a job. Who's gonna hire a drug addict? Most companies test, the drug tests that most companies do, they test for crack, speed, PCP, morphine, Xanax, even methadone. These are the same drugs that people are using welfare funds to purchase these drugs with welfare funds. All these drugs listed, these people are going out, selling their benefits to individual companies, getting a lower amount back, taking that cash, going to the streets, and buying these same drugs that companies are drug testing for. So let's step it up. Let's drug test them firsthand. So then we, like I said, weed out these individuals that are manipulating the system. Another key point is building a safer community by reducing the drug use. These children are being raised by drug-addicted parents. This is a cycle. It's a vicious cycle that's happening every day to thousands and thousands of children. The benefits that are received from the parents, they're not supplying them with food, with shelter. They're not worried about paying the light bill. All they can worry about is their next high. So they're taking these funds that are set up to help these children and going out in the street and doing illegal activities with it. I myself, being a taxpayer, I don't like that. You should, if you're receiving funds to take care of your children, apply that to them. Another thing is, what's going to happen if they test positive for drugs? How are we going to help these individuals? There are programs set up, in-house treatment centers, that allows the parent to bring their children with them so they can seek rehab. That's a great program. The families don't have to worry about being separated. It's treating the family as a whole instead of isolating the individuals. The children feel safer. They're getting the treatment they need. They're getting the attention they need. Another system is educating the parents on how to be a parent, how to nurture these children, and how to put their needs first and get their addictions under control. By drug testing welfare recipients, we shed a light on this situation. We got to make a change firsthand, and that's how we're going to know who needs the help and who doesn't. Setting the example firsthand, these children aren't going to repeat the same lifestyles as the parents of the parents have done. These individuals are just repeating the same way that they were raised. So it's time we break the system. In conclusion to this, drug testing welfare recipients will help eliminate welfare fraud, eliminate that $11 billion that's being wasted every year of America's taxpayers' money, to help get these individuals back out to a job, what President Clinton wanted to establish, so they're not on the system for very long, that they're out seeking employment and out contributing to the same America that we as taxpayers contribute to. Also, getting them the help that they need. A lot of people don't know where to start, where to begin. Okay, I have an addiction. Now, who's going to help my children? How am I going to feed them? How am I going to clothe them? By allowing government assistance, we step up and say, hey, here's these programs. This is your first step. That's why I'm pro drug testing, and that's my presentation.